You ever notice how people judge you for eating alone? For spending Friday night at home? Like somehow, being by yourself means you're defective. But here's what nobody wants to admit. What if the person sitting alone isn't lonely at all? What if they just stopped accepting garbage from people? Because let me tell you something about these so-called loners, the ones everyone whispers about. They're not broken. They're awake. And that scares people. You don't become a loner overnight. You become one after your best friend shared your deepest secret for a loo. After your family only called when they needed money but vanished when you needed help. After you gave everything to someone who walked away like you meant nothing. You learn that people will use you, drain you, and then act shocked when you finally set boundaries. So what happens? You stop giving chances. You stop believing excuses. And society looks at you like you're the problem. Here's the thing. The average person will tolerate disrespect because they're terrified of being alone. They'll let someone lie on Monday, ignore them Wednesday, and by Friday they're still texting back. But the loner knows different. Being alone beats being surrounded by people who treat you like you're disposable. So when they smell manipulation, catch a lie, sense the game starting, they don't argue. They just leave. No drama, no speech, just gone. And people call them cold for it. But you know what they call it? Self-respect. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah had this coworker, super friendly guy. Everyone loved him. Everyone except Sarah. She watched. She noticed how he complimented the boss but trashed him behind his back. 3 months later, he threw someone under the bus. Everyone was shocked. Everyone except Sarah. Early pain sharpens your radar. These loners can sense fake from a mile away. Hidden motives wrapped in smiles. You can't fool them. You can't charm them. They've seen every play in the book. And their boundaries? Unbreakable. Most people have boundaries made of tissue paper. But loners who spent years accepting too little? Their boundaries are steel. Take Mike. His brother used to call at 2 a.m. every week. Not for emergencies, for drama. Mike would answer every time, then drag himself to work on 3 hours of sleep. Until one night, Mike just didn't pick up. His brother exploded, called him selfish. But Mike held firm, because he learned that people take as much as you give. So he stopped being nice. He started being clear. And people hate clarity. They hate when you say no without explaining. Here's something powerful. When you grow up being the person everyone leans on but nobody's there when you need help, you learn to rely on yourself. You learn to survive when nobody's coming to save you. And that self-reliance, that becomes your superpower. You stay calm in chaos, confident in uncertainty. But here's the catch. People admire that strength from far away. Up close, it terrifies them. Because when someone doesn't need you, they can't control you. You know what really scares people about loners? They don't. Fear losing you. Most relationships work because one person is afraid to leave. But loners already walked through that fire. They survived that emptiness. And on the other side, they found peace. So when you threaten to leave, they shrug. When you play games, they walk. You can't control someone who isn't afraid of being alone. And that is real power. Once you taste peace after years of chaos, you protect it. You guard it like your life depends on it. So, if you bring chaos, gossip, disrespect, or manipulation, you're out. No guilt, no explanation, just gone. People get upset. They say you didn't give them a chance to explain. But here's the thing. They already showed you who they are. And loners believe people the first time. So when people say beware of loners with no friends, what they're really saying is beware of people you can't manipulate. Beware of people who see through your nonsense. That's the real warning. If you're a loner reading this, you already know all of this. You don't need permission to protect yourself. You don't need approval to choose quality over quantity. You're done accepting less than you deserve. And if the world wants to beware of that, let them. You'll be over here, peaceful, protected, and perfectly fine on your own. Drop a comment. Are you a loner? Have you walked away and never looked back? Because you're not alone in being alone. And that's the beautiful irony.